Shadow by the airport. Near Century Boulevard by Los Angeles International Airport, there's always a black and white mongrel dog named Shadow. Every day from 5 in the morning until 11 at night, it stays in the roadside parking lot, never barking or causing trouble, never approaching the runway, just crouching under the fence watching people. Those eyes of his are always moist, reflecting the distant flashing runway lights, as if chasing some long-lost warmth. 2 years ago, Shadow's owner was a night shift security guard at LAX Airport's Lottie parking lot, taking him on daily patrols of the vehicles to deter thieves. In the fall of 2023, the guard lost his job due to reduced passenger traffic after the pandemic, tied Shadow to the fence railing, left a bowl of water, and drove away. As the engine noise faded, Shadow's heart felt like it was torn open. He whimpered and yanked at the rope, his paws scraping until they bled, but all he got in return was the empty echo of the parking lot. After breaking free, he wandered the edges of the lot for 3 days, his stomach aching with emptiness, scavenging only a few dropped potato chips and water droplets from tourists' forgotten luggage. At night, he curled into a ball, the wind whistling through the fence wires like icy needles piercing his bones. For the first time, he tasted abandonment, not anger, but an endless void, as if the whole world had collapsed, leaving him alone to guard the scent of his owner. In the first month, Shadow wasted away to 10 kilograms, his ribs protruding like the bars of a skeletal cage. He hid in the bushes under the parking lot, occasionally begging scraps of discarded coffee grounds and bread crusts from passing airport staff. Those bitter crumbs always carried a salty tang when swallowed, not from the food, but from the tears in his own eyes. One morning, an early shift ground crew worker dragging a suitcase tossed down half a cup of yogurt. Shadow waited until he was far away before crawling out from the shadows to lap it up. When his tongue touched the cool, slick yogurt, a long-forgotten warmth surged in his heart, only to quickly cool into wary caution. He began to observe patterns. During peak hours when taxis queued up, he'd shrink back behind the fence, silent, ears flattened against his skull, listening to the screech of tires on pavement. When night shift flight attendants discarded sandwiches after deplaning, he'd wait until they entered the elevator before emerging from the bushes to scavenge, that moment of satisfaction like a stolen small mercy, his tail twitching faintly. One evening at 8 o'clock, a 25-year-old cleaning lady sat crying by the parking lot edge, clutching a Starbucks leftover cup and half a sandwich. Her sobs trembled in the night breeze. Shadow crouched 3 meters away, staring at her, his chest tight as if squeezed by an invisible hand. He'd seen so many hurried faces, but rarely one so raw and vulnerable. Instead of lunging forward, Shadow inched closer slowly, his eyes fixed on her, holding a silent companionship, as if saying, "I understand." The woman wiped her tears and looked up, meeting his weary yet gentle gaze. Choking back a sob, she pushed the food toward him. "Poor thing, eat up." Inside was shredded chicken. The warm touch made Shadow's throat tighten, and as he gently licked it, his eyes welled up. From then on, she came every week after her shift ended to feed him, crouching down to gently stroke his head, that palm's heat like a long-lost embrace. Shadow would close his eyes and lean in, his tail sweeping the ground softly, feeling long-buried trust quietly reviving in his heart. She even took him to the nearby South LA animal shelter for a free scar check. Under the clinic's lights, Shadow didn't flinch for the first time, just lay still, allowing the stranger's hands to touch him. 2 years later, Shadow's weight climbed back to 18 kilograms, his fur dusted with airport grime. On deep nights, he'd crouch under the fence, watching planes take off and land. The roar of engines no longer sparked fear, but a hidden solace. He'd survived, forged with the resilience tempered from solitude. Airport staff would say, "This dog's so smart." Shadow listened, still crouching there, waiting for the next flight's scraps, a faint warmth always lingering in his heart, reminding him that though the world is cold, unexpected kindness awaits.